Hi, I'm Kim.
I'm Terry.
And we are
Two Big Women on a Couch.
And we thank you for being here. We're going to spend a few moments talking about change.
Yep, how to make the changes that you want to make, where it begins, what the process of change is, how discomfortable change can be for people, the challenges and the rewards.
Okay, great, yeah. So change is very difficult. I mean, people have a lot of fear around change because sometimes they're in a particular space or place and this is very comfortable for them. And sometimes they're there because of other things that have happened to them, and they want to stay there because they're afraid that things might happen again. So it can be very difficult. But what kind of change are we going to talk about? Are we talking about the external people who want us to change and they're putting pressure on us? Or are we going to talk about the internal stuff that when you say, I need to do something, like get out of a bad relationship or lose weight, what kind of change are we going to
I think we should talk about the internal change because I think change can only come from internally.
Okay.
I don't think you could make a change. Well, certainly we could change if we're late to work in order to get a paycheck, so we do something for our boss. But again, that's an internal change.
Okay.
We have to change the way we tell time in order to get there. But I think change always starts internally. And I think it comes from, first of all, making a real personal assessment about what we need to change.
All right.
And then...
So for me, let me just jump in.
Sure.
So for me, let's say I want to go on this journey right now to maybe lose weight.
Okay.
That's something I want to do. And but it's real difficult because, you know, I love to just sort of sit at the computer and do this too big thing all day long and what have you, and, you know, what have you. So where do I start?
Well, certainly I think you have to start with small steps and deciding, making an attempt, I think, one day at a time. Okay. Or if one day at a time is too big, one meal at a time. You know, if that's too big, 1/2 hour at a time. You know, and I think having a plan, an action plan about where you want to go and the steps you're going to take to get there. You kind of need a roadmap with guidance, and all roadmaps don't work for the same people. I think it has to be individual. And I think you have to know how you meet challenges and know how you're going to face them when you have challenges.
So sometimes it feels too arduous, though. It feels like it's just going to be a really long journey.
Well, and I think one of the things you can do with regards to that is don't make it a long journey. Don't look and say, you know, I'd like to lose 100 pounds. Why don't you say I'd like to lose 2?
Okay.
See how that feels. If you could lose 2, maybe you could lose 1 more.
Okay.
Or 1 more.
I got it.
Or maybe if you could walk 10 steps today, maybe you could walk 20 tomorrow.
Got it. Okay. Or 10 steps for the next 10
2 days. Whatever,
okay.
Wherever your starting period is, I think it's very helpful to take it in small pieces and look at the small goals.
Okay. So pretty much, I guess, it is such a massive topic. I mean, because there's so much stuff that people have internalized that they need to, that can keep them kind of in a space where they really can't make those, they're very fearful, can't make that change, right? Whether it's a bad relationship or
bad job,
whatever it might be. There's so many different
exactly.
things. So I guess for our members, we'd love to know, how do they do that? What do they do? How do you deal with change?
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be wonderful to talk about.
Would you guys blog about that? Just kind of share with us about that. We'd really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm Kim.
I'm Terry.
And we are
Two Big Women on a Couch.
And we thank you for being here.